Welcome to Joe's Just Thinking videos. Today, I'd like to talk about planning versus implementation. When I first work with clients, whether it's the president of the company, a vice president of sales and marketing, or even the sales staff, the first question I ask is, and it's not about goals, because they clearly have goals. Whether they want to sell $1 million in a year, they want to sell $5 million a year, whether they want their company to be a $20 million company or a $100 million company. The goals are pretty clear. But what I want from them is their business plan, their sales and marketing plan, and their budget. And believe it or not, about 90% of the time, it's non-existent. And that's where I begin the relationship with the new client. But talking about planning versus implementation, do you realize that an NFL football team practices about 416 hours a season to play 16 hours of game time? That's 96% planning and 4% implementation. How much time do you put in planning for your year, which is going to be 365 days long? How much time do you put in planning for that? Here's a good example, another good example. Suppose you were going on a family vacation and you lived in Boston. You wanted to go to Washington, D.C. You have plenty of money, you have plenty of gas, you're going to drive. The only problem is you've never driven outside of Boston. And you do not have a roadmap or a GPS. So you clearly have a goal to get to Washington, D.C., but you don't have a roadmap. You don't have a GPS. You could drive around, never reach a goal, and waste time, money, and energy. And that's what I find a lot of companies doing. They have a goal, but they don't have a roadmap. It's interesting, I'm here today at Derek Rams from Racing, and I've sponsored Derek for most of his career. Last year he won the championship. At 18 years old, youngest driver ever win the championship, one of these Super Late models. And winning is not new to Derek. He's 18 years old, he won 16 championships. But what struck me at the banquet is that he said one of the reasons he won the championship in 2009 was they did not have a single mechanical failure in the entire season. And the reason that didn't happen is because of where we are today at this race shop. There's someone here almost 7 days a week, 7 nights a week, working and preparing these race cars for Derek to compete in once a week with maybe an hour on the racetrack between qualifying races and features. How much time? I haven't figured it out. But if I calculated number of hours of preparing these race cars versus the actual time on the track, it would probably be similar to those NFL stats. So think about your business and think about how much planning you do versus how much implementation you do. I hope this makes sense. And until next time, it's Joe's Just Thinking videos. Take care.